Yeah, Lennox Lewis. Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8 seconds?
For this fight, I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend, and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Welcome lads, we've got another video today. Today the video is actually on the topic of confidence. Confidence is a thing that is quite beneficial, it's quite sought after, and many people don't actually know how to achieve confidence. I'm going to go over two ways in fact that one can actually achieve this confidence. Confidence can be sick. For example, like just take Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen.
俺の魂に触れるか。共に腹の底から小僧を笑った仲だ。一度は許す。二度はない。部をわきまえろ。知れ者が。何?
That is cold in my opinion. Like, that's sick. I know I'm a nerd for liking that, but I don't give a toss, mate. A new way amongst this new generation is a kind of fake it till you make it kind of attitude. I'm not saying this is bad. The kind of term fake it till you make it sounds bad, but let me explain what that means. Basically, this is like saying good things about yourself. It can also be called positive affirmations, in which you say and highlight the positive aspects about yourself, and then you internalize these aspects, and then from internalizing these aspects about yourself, you can then exude that confidence you gain from complimenting yourself on a daily basis. A noteworthy example of this is obviously Mike Tyson. From the age of 14, his coach Costa Amato was telling him he's the most ferocious fighter he's ever seen. He was telling him he was going to be the world champion, and obviously you know how Mike Tyson turned out. He won 50 out of 54 of his fights, and of those 50 wins, he knocked out 44 of his opponents. He was a beast. In all, Mike Tyson was he was the original creator of a menace to society. Another way that one can boost confidence is through the actual path of confidence via competence. Let me explain. So to be actually confident in something, one must put in the work to become good at it. I think this is quite fair. The reason this works is because that at the back of your mind, you know how many hours, how many seconds, how much blood, sweat and tears you've put into actually gaining confidence into this area. So for example, take working out. If you are proud, when you're confident in your body, you understand that, okay, I've put in hundreds of hours in the gym. I know that I'm confident in a way. This will be more applicable to martial arts and more of a sport in a sense, because you understand how much practice you've put in and how much you've honed your skills. So in this instance, gaining confidence right via sport will be the best application of this kind of tip. Another example of this is like if you've studied for a test, if you study hours before a test that you've got the next day, you're going to be obviously more confident than someone that has not actually like touched the textbook. The textbook is rusty, dusty, collecting dust under the table because they haven't touched it in months. This is sounding a bit like my summer, but let's not get into that. With this method, there's no sense of actually delusion as well, because you seriously know how much work you've put in. You can't fake the actual amount of work you put in, because that's set in stone. I like this because this kind of like weeds out the people that are actually faking their confidence, thinking they've done all of this, but they haven't actually put in the work in. I'm not naming any names, but with the stuff that's going on at the moment on YouTube, you kind of know who that is. Okay, let's take Mike Tyson for example. Did you see his workout routine? He was doing 1,000 squats a day, 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups. He could give this Moldy over here, One Punch Man, a run for his money. Bruv, he was the original menace to society. I think the One Punch Man workout was probably built off Mike Tyson's training routine, but that's for another video. Mike Tyson put in the work consistently over 5-6 years, and evidently he became the champion of the world, undisputed. He's known as one of the greatest of all time, and that is because he was confident and he did put in the work because he was competent at what he did in the sport of boxing. Let's actually get to work now. Write down, get a piece of paper out, get your pen or paper. No notes, don't be in a waste man and open in your notes tab. Get a pen and paper and write this down. Write down what you actually want to be confident at. Let's say it's in the gym, it could be in the sense of grades, or it could be in the sport. In the gym, what you need to do, go to the gym, let's say 4 times a week for a minimum of 1 hour in each session over at least a 6-month basis. For grades, to achieve a certain grade, revise 5 hours of work, 5 hours of this subject per week. And for a sport, train 8 hours of this per week. You can split it up over the days, over a consistent period of time, for example like 3 months, 6 months. You realize all these things I say have the concept of consistency in it. I don't think you can wake up one day and suddenly feel confident. It's having the ability and having the knowledge that over time you've put in the amount of work consistently. This is a thing that you need to look at a lot, because consistency is the key to everything. I literally made a video on consistency after this. Check it out if you're struggling with that. Cheeky plug. We'll say it's simple but not easy. If it was easy, then everyone would be confident. You have to be willing to do something that others are not willing to do, to have something that others do not have. It sounds quite complicated, but if you break it down, it makes sense. It's not even fancy, it's just a lot of words, but it just basically says that put more work in than other people and you have more things than other people. Simple. To wrap up this video, I would recommend implementing both of these kind of factors to boost confidence, but I'll probably lean more to the confidence via competence side, because it's more fulfilling and it develops that deep-root confidence, that unshakable confidence. As you know for yourself that you've put in the work to become this, to become confident at this, and to become good at this. The kind of positive affirmations is good. I'm not saying it's bad, but I recommend doing confidence via competence rather than confidence via competence, rather than using positive affirmations to make one's confidence from scratch, if I'm making sense. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, do all the good jazz. If you don't subscribe, I'll throw your firstborn child down the stairs. It's an agreement, you can't do anything about it. Take care, man, them. Peace.